What is going on, everyone? How are you doing? I hope you're doing good, because it is good to feel good, and I like saying that. And it's, can't believe I'm saying this, but it's the end of 2016, and who would have thought? This year's just been so mad. It's just been so back and forth. It's mad just thinking about what's happened this year, and we finally come to the end of it. It's been an eventful year, in some cases a rocky year. You know, some things that have happened, which I'll talk about in a few seconds, but you know, I'm doing this video today to just basically sign off for 2016 and just talk about what has happened this year and what's gone down. So yeah, 2016, let's talk about it. So of course, 2016 happened, some stuff happened in between, and now we're at the end. It's basically the story of 2016. Imagine one year someone's gonna create a film about 2016 and just, you know, just cover everything that's happened, you know, throughout the year. But yeah, it's mad how this year's just come and gone so quickly. I think one thing I've heard this year, and like I'm starting to generally think it's true considering the fact that I'm now 20, is that when you get older, the years tend to go really quickly, and I've definitely felt that this year. I think, you know, just everything flows, and then just suddenly it reaches the end of December just like that, and it's mad. Now with 2016, probably a lot of people are probably going to think a lot of negative connotations towards this year, especially because of stuff happening, you know, like celebrity deaths. You've had the likes of David Bowie, Alan Rickman, Prince, Gene Wilder, just a long list. And also recently, as of recording this video, a few hours after she was announced as dead, Carrie Fisher died earlier, and I was in shock by that, to be honest, because Star Wars is one of my favourite film franchises of all time, and of course Carrie Fisher was one of the stars of the original trilogy. I used to love watching, well, I still do love watching it, but Star Wars has been something, you know, I've really just grown up watching, I guess. And you know, with Carrie Fisher being there, she's always been, you know, that awesome character that she is. And of course it was a nice little bit of joy to see her in The Force Awakens last year. And then this is going to be a little spoiler for those who haven't seen Rogue One, so skip ahead if you haven't seen it already. But I felt a real sense of joy as well when I saw her at the end. It wasn't actually Carrie Fisher herself, but it was basically an actress playing her, but with you know, her likeness of what she looked like when she was younger, when she played Princess Leia in the original trilogy. And you know, that's been inserted on to the actor's face. It's crazy, you know, how, you know, with visual effects these days you can achieve that so easily. But yeah, I felt a real sense of joy seeing, you know, a young Princess Leia at the end of Rogue One, and then yeah, that was the end, and it was a good film. Death's an actual part of life, and you know, one way or another we're gonna have to come to terms with it. But yeah, death sucks in a way, to be honest. But as I say, it's a part of life. When it's time, it's time. And going back on David Bowie, I remember when he released Black Star, and and after listening to it, and especially because it was released 2 days before he died, I thought after that, it may have been a bit of foreshadowing for the fact that he knew he was going to die, and you know, this was his, you know, his final message to the world. A lot of other stuff's happened this year. I mean, we've had, you know, a lot of like political stuff happening. We've had Brexit happening, which I got really annoyed at, and I really wanted to make a video about, you know, my thoughts and opinions on Brexit, but I wasn't in the country at the time when it happened, and I had no access to a laptop while I was out in LA. So yeah, and but then again, a lot of other British YouTubers who are out there as well were expressing their opinions on Brexit and how they were really annoyed with it. But you know, it's happened. We can't really go back now. As much as, you know, people are protesting to have another referendum, it's happened. We know it's going to happen within the next few years. So Yeah, Brexit. That was ironic, by the way, but I can't stop thinking about it. Another thing that I got really shocked by was when Donald Trump was announced president, and I know I'm not American and, you know, I shouldn't really be affected by this, but just, you know, Trump is just, why Trump? And also thinking about Hillary Clinton, I didn't have this problem, you know, with her being a candidate, but I know from her past history she has had a bit of, you know, backlash towards her, should I say, and it made me think, out of hundreds of thousands of people, possibly even millions, those were the two they picked to be the presidential candidates, like the two top presidential candidates, and, you know, I wonder, it's just mad. As I say, I'm not American, so I shouldn't really be affected by this, but, you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Trump. Well, I'm not a fan of Trump, but just, you know, Trump. Basically, Hillary got trumped. That's the pun. That's what I'm going to include in this video. But yeah, but what I don't want this year to be defined by is like all of these negative things that have happened, because, you know, it happens, I guess. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, and, you know, there is going to be negative stuff that happens, and while I'm not an advocate for negativity, I prefer to think positive and, you know, think optimistically. So even though we've had, in some cases, a negative year, what I want to say is think positively, think optimistically about what could happen in 2017, because, you know, it might seem to be better, you never know. But yeah, 2017, it's gonna be a good one, I reckon. But, you know, I can't predict the future, but, you know, it could be good, it might not be good, it might be even shit in 2016, you never know. But yeah, think optimistically. That should be the thumbnail shot. I'm sure that'll be the thumbnail shot. So here's me babbling on about 2016 and thinking, oh yeah, we know it's a shit year, but still, it's been alright in some cases. I personally would say I've had a good 2016, despite what's happened. And I'm going to talk about it a little bit now. So we started off the year in January thinking, oh, this is going to be a good year. And I remember in January I booked my flights for LA, just thinking, oh yeah, this is going to be a fun little experience. That happened 5 months later, and that was probably one of my favourite trips I've ever been on. Going to LA this year and just going to VidCon, going to Disneyland, was probably my highlight of this year. Just, you know, my whole week out there, had a great time, you know, from just, you know, the things I got up to, the people hung out with, you know, just the whole experience of it all was hands down my favourite highlight of 2016. And, you know, getting to just experience it all and have a blast. You know, with stuff like this, when I'm talking about it, you know I'm gonna struggle with words, but, you know, you probably can guess that I had a great time. It was just, boy, it was mental as well. I remember flying out to LA and talking to a few YouTubers on the plane. I remember Tom Scar was on the plane, Emma Blackery was on the plane as well, and we got into a good conversation. I was talking to Emma as well about how I didn't know she was a WWE fan, and we were talking a bit about wrestling and stuff. And speaking of wrestling, it's been a fun year for wrestling. For me, it has. August? I'll talk about it in a sec. April was fun because I got to go to WWE Live in London, and I was so close to the front as well, which was awesome. And I really had a great time there. Seeing everything that happened, just, it's awesome. In August, I went up to Newcastle to watch WCPW, or What Culture Pro Wrestling. And I've watched What Culture Wrestling for over a year now, and it was awesome to, you know, get to meet the personalities behind the channel. You know, from the likes of Adam Blompier, Adam Pacitti, Jack the Jobber, King Ross, just so many. And that was fun, and, you know, the wrestling that happened there was brilliant as well. After that, I went to WWE again 2 weeks later in London. That was cool as well. And then in November, I went to another WCPW show. I just feel like, you know, this year's just going to be defined by WWE and WCPW. And I'm looking forward to, you know, some more wrestling that's going to happen next year. So, yeah, wrestling. What I'm really interested in doing next year is doing a video talking just about wrestling and more wrestling content, and fingers crossed, I will get that done and not procrastinate like I usually do. If I can be completely honest, I think this year has probably been defined by the people I've hung out with. I mean, there's just been so many people, and like there's so many names as well. Like I don't want to name them off the top of my head because, you know, I'll probably forget some people, but you know who you guys are. I've had the best of times this year. You know, especially from the people I've hung out, say, when I go to Birmingham, or when I go to YouTube conventions, or like when I went to Southampton earlier this year for the Sidemen FC YouTube All-Stars match, that I made some friends while I was there. When I went to LA and I went to VidCon, I made friends while I was there. And you know, the thing is, like I said earlier at the start of this video, is I want to seize every opportunity that comes my way, and you know, not miss it. Like, you know, if there's people I want to hang out with, I'm gonna hang out with them, because you know, I don't want to miss a thing. And I'm quoting Aerosmith there, because I don't want to miss a thing. That's such a song, that is. That's such a good, it's a tune. It's a banger. I need to stop coming out with these words all of a sudden. But yeah, the people have really defined my 2016, and you guys know who you are. And hopefully next year in 2017 I can make some more memories and just, you know, have another great time as well. And with 2016 as well, I came to the end of an era for some things. I think the biggest thing was finishing college and full-time education. Just saying goodbye to, you know, all my friends there, my tutors. You know, I've had a fun 2 years at college, and it's been a good one. Those have been 2 good years, and I'm really happy with the grades I got out of that. And another thing I finished, and I'm still kind of sad that, you know, I've finished this phase of my life. It's kind of phase, mom, but I finished up doing performing arts, and I've been doing that for about 6 years, and just, you know, that's been one thing that's really, you know, it's built me up to be the person that I am, and YouTube as well. But with performing arts, I think, thinking 6 years prior, if I didn't start doing performing arts, then I probably wouldn't be this confident person that I am. I probably would have never started a YouTube channel, probably would never have wanted to go traveling to all these cool places. I probably would never been to YouTube events, and just the whole lot basically. And yeah, that's a nice little butterfly effect to think about. That's the butterfly effect in its form. There we go, there's my butterfly to signify that. I think that's one thing I've really enjoyed this year as well, getting some more tattoos done. So I've got 1, 2, 3 tattoos this year, as opposed to about 1 tattoo the year last year and the year before that. Maybe next year I might get more tattoos, but you never know. But yeah, going on about the confidence thing, it's been one thing that's really defined me as a person, my confidence. I'm really, you know, happy for all this stuff that I've done over the past few years, and especially this year with, you know, the likes of LA, Amsterdam, what am I trying to think else? The wrestling, and just everything else. Now we're at the end of 2016, what can we expect from 2017? Well, I will say, so February, I'm going to another wrestling show, another WCPW show, and it's going to feature Alberto El Patron versus one of my favourite wrestlers of all time in the form of Kurt Angle. I will talk about that in a future video, but you know, Kurt Angle. April, I'm going to Amsterdam again, because why the hell not? But now, in all seriousness, I'm going to VidCon in Amsterdam. And it's still mental thinking about that, because, and I've said this a lot in videos before, but I remember being in Anaheim at VidCon earlier this year, and when I saw the announcement I was like, that's pretty good, that's pretty awesome. So I can't wait for Amsterdam to go to VidCon. And also, speaking of VidCon, I can't wait for June to roll around so that I get to go to LA and go down to Anaheim for VidCon. And here's a thing that I'm going to be doing while I'm in the area. Basically, after I finish up with VidCon, I'm going to be going over to LA for a week, and, you know, just experiencing as much as I can while I'm in the LA area. And then after that, I don't know what else is happening. At the moment, I've got August planned for Summer in the City, although I haven't booked my tickets yet for City, haven't booked time off work. Just, you know, I'll get round to that. But, you know, the likelihood is I will be at City, and this year will be my 5th year at City. That's mad as well. I remember City was the first YouTube event I went to nearly 4 years ago, and it's crazy to think how many YouTube events I've been to since. So yay for YouTube and stuff. And just, I don't know what else is happening next year in 2017. I haven't got much else planned, but you know, we'll make everything happen. As I say, well, I will seize the opportunities and I will make the stuff happening. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now because you don't want to see me talking a lot in videos because you're probably gonna get bored. But yeah, I've had a great year. I've had, you know, the best of times and really looking forward to 2017. And that's me, I guess. That's me done. 2017. Boom. Drop the mic. Out of here. But yeah. What I will say is also watch out for New Year's Eve. I will be uploading a special 2016 compilation, basically, and I didn't want to put it into this video because I'm looking at the timer right now and this video's gone on for a bit too bloody long. So for that, you're gonna wait till New Year's Eve because, you know, it's gonna be a nice full few minutes of just basically a look back at what I've done this year, and I can't wait to upload it. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all in 2017, I guess. Have a happy new year, and like, comment, subscribe, and share the love.